Hello friends, I've a little true story for you. It's just a little snippet of the kind of thing that happened here in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. Now, as you know, we're neutral to those troubles, neutral to politics. So I'm not taking sides or thinking that one group is better than another group here. It's just how things were. We had the chance to move to a better house. You might remember I was telling you about the bomb damaged building we lived in, where we had no water in the actual rooms and a shared bathroom. It was an old building that had been damaged in a bomb, and it was rough and nasty. And somebody we called on offered us the chance to live in a better house. It didn't have a bathroom, but it did have water and a kitchen. It did have a room with a wash basin in it where we could wash, and it was an improvement. And also it was in the town still, and it was to be rented to us by a landlord and landlady who were very nice people, who actually became neighbours, treated us more as neighbours than as tenants. That was nice. And considering the local estate agent had told us that there was no way we would get anywhere to live in Castledurg, and we'd had to fight against the prejudice to get somewhere to live. We already had one address, alright, it was rough, and this one wasn't the best, but it was better than the one we were in, so we took it. We thought we were doing well in the circumstances. So it was a quiet weekday morning. It was probably about 8:30 in the morning, because I remember it was the time of day when children were going to school, and we usually were out doing our own work by 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's probably about 8:30. We were having our breakfast. I think it was 1979. I couldn't find any record of this event. There are lists of things that happened in Northern Ireland on internet sites. I couldn't find this one, but it still happened because I know I was there, and so was Kate when it happened. We lived on the road that led up to the Irish border. We were on the edge of the town. You went perhaps another half a mile and you were outside of the town, and then it was a few miles up to the border, which led into County Donegal, which was part of the 26 county Irish Republic, while we were in the 6th county, Northern Ireland, still under British rule. There was a sudden loud rumbling noise. Kate said, "The Coleman's early this morning," and I shouted, "Get on the floor!" It wasn't the Coleman. It sounded like machine gun fire to me. It was heavy. And it proved to be true. It was indeed. Reportedly the fire of an M60 machine gun, which normally when US troops or other troops around the world used it, required a 3-man crew, a gunner, an assistant gunner, and someone to be the ammunition bearer as well. This is a heavy gun. Some of the soldiers in Vietnam apparently complained that it was too heavy for them to use. The IRA, that's the Irish Republican Army, who were fighting to get the 6 counties free from British rule, had mounted an attack on a UDR man. UDR was the Ulster Defence Regiment. That was mostly Protestant people who joined a local British Army regiment, some of them working as part-timers, and they were determined to keep Ireland, Northern Ireland, under British rule. So these were enemies really at the time. So they mounted an attack on this man. He worked full-time as a truck driver. He was driving down the hill, down past our house, and when he got somewhere near to our house, that's when we heard this boom, 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 boom noise as the heavy machine gun was fired. Well, it seems that this gun actually in a way saved his life if it had been a lesser weapon, because they mounted the attack from across the road, and it hit his truck. The bullets hit his truck, they hit him in the leg, they grazed his head, and then he swerved across the road and he crashed the truck into the wall of the landlord next door, narrowly missing our gate. This gun has apparently got a 22-inch barrel, and it can fire 600 rounds a minute, which are effective over 1,200 yards. Imagine. Men are very good at making killing machines, aren't they? Actually, this gun was probably fired at a maximum of 50 yards from the truck when the bullets had the point of impact. That was a loud sound of heavy gunfire followed by a loud crash from the truck, and then, as always was the case with these events, a deathly silence. Everything goes very quiet afterwards. Whether it was a bombing or a shooting, everything goes deadly quiet. So everybody's a bit afraid to go outside and investigate. Then we heard a car screaming away. It seems, according to what we were told at the time, that when this gun's fired, if it's not being used by trained operators, it rises up. Apparently, according to the internet, the IRA imported a couple of these guns in 1979, possibly from a US veteran who'd served in Vietnam. I don't know who got that information or how. I'm just going by what was on the internet site, but the internet's not always correct, of course. But the point is that 30 years ago, such events as this were common in Northern Ireland. Somewhere in Northern Ireland, something like that happened every few days. Sometimes it was one side of the community, sometimes it was the other side of the community attacking somebody. Most people in Northern Ireland were near something that happened like that. As Protestants were determined to keep the 6 counties under British rule, and the Republican Catholic folk were determined to have it by arms or politics as part of the entire part of Ireland. So it wasn't just 26 republic, but a 32 county republic. We, of course, as I said, were and continue always to be neutral to politics. So we were in a unique position. As we were going around meeting people, we were hearing both points of view as we tried to direct people to the one true answer to these and all other conflicts around the world. It's happier days now. But history in Ireland is a sad mix of religion and politics. The two mix together. Quite often here in this country, as in other parts of the world, your religion dictates your politics. And we know that's a dangerous cocktail. Our shocking breakfast, disturbed by that attack, was one of the symptoms of that shocking cocktail. Of course, there are other factors as well. Wouldn't it be nice when all such events pale into history, when all the people are living in peace? Probably some of you, either because of ordinary crime or political events, have been near gunfire or bombs as well. And you long for the time when everybody has beaten their swords into ploughshares and there's peace everywhere. But when you've been near such things, it just makes you think when you hear the news about the violence and the unrest in different places. And you just think it will be so wonderful when every prophecy is fulfilled and everybody's living under the Prince of Peace. Well, just sharing a little experience with you really. Hope it's peaceful where you are. Love and peace to you, my friends. Bye bye for now.